All right. We are live. So quickly, I want to just confirm that I am loud and clear. And as soon as I have confirmed that, we are good to go. Stop coming. I'm trying to be sure that I am loud and clear. So welcome. It's going to be a very quick one. So this is my 15 minutes book launch. So quickly, I'm just going to introduce you to my new book, which is already live. It's past 3 p.m. The book is live. I'm just going to introduce you to what's in the content of the book. All right. And amazing bonus that I have for everybody who jumps on this book very early. All right. So I'm coming. Faima, I see you. Thank you for showing up. So I'm coming. All right. So we are live. We are loud. We are clear. All right. So that means we are good to go. So quickly, I want to introduce you to my new book. It's actually titled The Writer's Compass. All right. The Writer's Compass is my new book. This is the second book that I am publishing. I did the first one October 21st. That was my birthday, 2023. It's titled Them You Boss, I Quit. That's like the story of how I actually transitioned from corporate 9 to 5 to freelancing in 2020. And I've been 3+ years in the game. So this new release is primarily for writers and aspiring writers. So if you're a writer, you already write, you are a freelancer, you're a freelance writer, or you are aspiring to be a freelance writer, this book was actually written with you. So this is like me putting together 3.5 years of my experience in the writing industry to show you how exactly I left corporate work to become a full-time freelancer, so that you can also do the same if that's something you desire to do, especially in 2024. So this new book contains 18 chapters. All right, 18 chapters divided into 2 sections. In the first section, I'm going to be helping you walk through how to become a better writer, because the absolute fact is, one of the things that I did not acknowledge when I started writing, sometimes we love what we do and our craft so much that we do not, we're not realistic with ourselves to let ourselves know that our work is not as good as we think it is. So I used to feel like, oh, I was a badass writer. Sometimes when I look back at the articles I wrote in 2020, sometimes I cover my face in shame, because they are way, I don't know, what word should I use? They are not standard, they are not quality. And sometimes I ask myself, how exactly was I able to land my first gig with that poor work? So I just believe that that's the God factor. It must have been a miracle. Those works were really, really low quality. But I'm glad that I did not allow the fact that I was not full. I'm super grateful because I took a chance on myself, and here I am today. Everything has become, like they say, the rest is history. So in the first chapter of the book, I'm going to help you walk around how exactly do you become a better writer. Because if you're going to write and get paid in dollars and pounds, in very solid foreign currency, then you must be given the best of your writing ability. And so how exactly do you raise the bar to that point where you can demand for top dollars for your writing skill? That is the focus of the first chapter of the book. And in the first chapter, there are 11. In the first section, there are 11 chapters. So the first section is titled Perfecting Your Writing Craft. All right. So I'm actually looking at the ebook on my phone. It is titled Perfecting Your Writing Craft. And I'm going to just run you through the chapters that are in that section. The first chapter, we have my toughest lesson as a freelance writer. That's where I introduce to the fact that sometimes we're not as good as we think we are, all right? And we need to really get better. The next chapter, which is chapter 2, 5 ways proficiency in writing can transform your life, all right? In chapter 3, I'm going to walk you through how a daily writing habit can transform your writing career. So there are a lot of people aspiring to be writers, but they can't bring themselves to that point where they are disciplined enough to ensure they are writing every day. And the truth of the matter is, if you're not going to consistently write, you will never become a writer. So one of the traits of being a better writer is to continue to write. In chapter 4, I walk you through the 3 dangerous things that can actually stop your career before you even start at all. All right. In chapter 5, I'm going to show you the 5 lessons I learned in my first 9 months as a blogger. That's 2020 June till March 2021. Very important lessons that defined my career as a writer. Chapter 6, we look at the 5 tips that will change your writing drastically. I'm going to give you 5 tips that will change your writing overnight. Chapter 7, then I will introduce you to the concept of hypnotic writing. All right. Hypnotic writing is one of the concepts I learned from, I can't remember what the name of this writer. He has a book titled Hypnotic Writing or something like that. So what exactly is hypnotic writing? It's magnetic writing. How you can write in such a way that when a person is reading what you write, they are magnetized, they are glued to you. They can't just drop, what you have written to go do something else until they're done with it. So we look at hypnotic writing, how to not be ignored by your audience. How do you write in a way that your audience does not ignore you? Chapter 8, we look at the 3 acts for dealing with writer's block. One of the challenges writers face is they get to a point and be like, oh, I don't even have inspiration. I don't have ideas. I don't even know what to write. Or sometimes they have ideas about what, but they don't just know how to start writing because they're not in the mood. How do you get in the mood when it comes to, the myth, writer's block? I hope you deal with that in chapter 8. Chapter 9, how to write articles your target audience loves to read. Chapter 10, we're talking about hypnotic writing again. How do you craft irresistible headlines? One of the very key things to writing in such a way that people cannot ignore you is that your headlines must be very compelling. So how exactly, what are they? And there's a system to it. When it comes to writing writing headlines, there is actually a system to it. So how exactly do you write hooks and headlines that your audience cannot resist? The next one is the 5 biggest mistakes new freelance writers make. That's chapter 11. And then we go to chapter and the section 2, which is actually making money with your writing. So let me quickly drop this. The ebook or the book is live now on Amazon. And like I said in my previous publicity post, I said the 5 people who get the book, the first 5 people who get the book, you get to get a 30 minutes coaching session with me about your writing career. All right. So you get the book, you read the book, you have questions about your career, you need direction about what to do, to step up your writing career in 2024. We're going to get on a free 30 minutes coaching call, and I'm going to walk you through some of the things you have learned in the book, how exactly to put them to use. So put that in mind. As soon as you get the book on Amazon, just send me a DM, showing me proof that you've gotten the book, and we're just going to book the call, and we are good to go. All right, section 2, making money as a writer. Favor Bello, I see you. Thank you for showing up. I also see you, my friend, Aisha Bojirayo. I see you. So chapter and the section 2, making money as a writer. In the first chapter, in that section, which is chapter 12, we look at the unspoken rules of making money online as a writer. The rules that we, the writers who make money writing, we don't loud it. Like we don't tell it, to everybody. It's more or less like industry secrets, stuff that you don't want to share with your competitors so that they don't have an edge, over you. I'm going to be spilling them in the book. Chapter 13, the 3 basic steps to monetizing your online presence. How exactly do you monetize your writing on the internet? Then the chapter 14, 5 lucrative ways to make money with your writing skills. I'm going to show you how to monetize your writing skill. 5 ways you can actually go about that. And these are ways that I have tested and have proven myself. So I'm going to be showing you how exactly to do that. In chapter 15, tips for landing high-paying writing gigs. All right. One of the questions I always hear freelancers ask me is, how do I land high-paying gigs? All right. I landed my first high-paying gigs in 2021, and that was the gig that changed my life. I remember then in 2 weeks, I made 3,800. That was the first time in my life I was making that much. And when I converted it to Naira, then it was 1.9 million. And I became a millionaire overnight. How do you get such clients? All right. That is what we're dealing with in chapter 15. In chapter 16, how to find profitable niches for your blog. So let's say you're writing on Medium or you want to start a blog. How do you find profitable niches so that you just don't go into any niche, then you keep writing, hoping that you will make money, but alas, probably you're actually a niche that does not pay. Chapter 17, freelance writing niches that will pay well in the next decade. So I'm going to help you look into the future from 2024 to 2033, 34, just in 10 years. What are the niches that are still going to be paying, so that you want to actually position yourself in an industry that has a future? You just don't go into any writing industry that is going to go into extinction. AI is changing a lot of things right now. All right. So it means in the next 2-3 years, there are things that we see now that may not be in existence again. There are positions and jobs that we see now that may not be relevant again. But how do you position yourself so that in the next 10 years you are still very much relevant? That's what I'm going to be looking at in chapter 17. And chapter 18 is like my final words to you. I'm going to be taking you through how exactly did I get my first gig. I started when I started professional writing in 2020. I got my first clients in October 2020. That's 4 months later. In 2021, I decided I wanted to break into the international market, United States of America, very importantly. I got my first clients in February. That's like not up to 2 months after I started. So how exactly did I, was I able to achieve that? That would be my final words in this book. All right. So the foreword for the book was written by Jim Carter, one of my friends in the United States of America. All right. And this is going to blow your mind. This is one book that I did from the depth of my heart. And I'm dedicating this to everybody who has a dream, to actually write full time. So whether you're a writer already or you're aspiring to be, this is one book that I personally wrote for you. Again, like I said, the book is live on Amazon. You can actually get the Kindle copy, or you could get the paperback. All right, you can read the Kindle copy online. So there is a post on my LinkedIn, and it's going to be on Facebook too. I mean, right about now, the LinkedIn should be live already. I scheduled it, so the link to get the book is in my profile on LinkedIn. Go to the featured section. You will see the book. That's like the third product that is in my featured section. Get the book. The first 5 persons to get the book, you get to actually have a 30 minutes writing coaching, consultation with me, and it's absolutely free. The bills is on me. All right. So as soon as you get the book on Amazon, send me a message in my DM on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and we will book a call, perhaps after you must have read the book and you have questions, or you want to actually, put all of the strategies into practical use in 2024. Again, I said this was going to be less than 15 minutes. It's 13 minutes, 4 seconds. And I'm signing out. I remain myself, Ajayi Olalikon, and they call me Coach D. I'll see you around. Thank you.